Hello all, this is Nick the Paladin here, and I just wanted to give out some information out there that I thought was very useful, and I started looking into a little bit more from a comment on one of my videos, and I just wanted to look into it. And With the new change right here, we're more not really worrying about damage anymore, and it's just kind of more of the equipability for your weapons. So when it was live in Chult, the Tyrant set was a little bit harder to get. Doing these hunts were a little bit tougher. So going back on my memory of trying to get that, it was definitely a lot harder. Me running with my alliance in a group of five, it's still a grind, but there's no, worrying of dying because you can just destroy in here. So you trying to get your hunt marks and all of the lures going from the very, tier 1 to all the way to tier 3 is more doable. You're still going to be having a grind fest. It's not like it's just going to be next day you have some tyrant weapons. You still have to put the work into it, but the tyrant set is a great stepping stone to try to get to the Lionheart set because that still is a better set to have. This is just when you're ready to actually start doing endgame. This could be a valuable set to have if they don't nerf it. I already know, I already looked on preview, it still has the same equipability. They've already nerfed one weapon set that was potentially a better option than the Lionheart set for like DPS, which was the Mirage set. They nerfed that, so we'll see in the future if they do. I do hope that they don't nerf it too bad, but we'll get to that in a second. So the reason why the Lionheart set is a really good set to have is just like you all know and you keep all hearing from everybody is that it increases our outgoing healing by 75% pretty much constantly is our healing is increased. The reason why it's a good stepping stone to get the Tyrant set is because at the start of combat, your damage, healing, and damage resistance is increased by 1%, and then every 5 seconds, you gain a stack, and you can go to 10%. So for most long battles that you have with bosses, this will benefit. As the fight goes on, you're going to gain some stacks. So this is a really good way to try to get, your damage and everything up by a little bit, because every percent helps. So that's why I say this is a great stepping stone because when you're fighting regular trash, you're only going to get like 2, 3 stacks at all. And then it just goes right back down. It's pretty immediate. Once you're out of combat, it's off. So when you go into instances like bosses, you're continuously in battle. So that is what's really great about the Tyrant set because once you get to 10 stacks, it stays as long as you're in battle. I'm a little nervous because this applies to a lot of different characters because we ran it through. Everybody had the Tyrant set on, the tank, the DPS, and the healer, and the Lionheart set was still better to have, but it was still a great thing to have in your arsenal because it was still not too far off. It was still a little bit of a weaker version, but when you don't have a weapon set, as you're trying to grind yourself up and trying to get everything you need, this is something to have in the back of your head like, oh, I need to start doing the Chult campaign, and I need to start knocking those out. So if you really don't have the Chult campaign done, which will be the jungles of Chult. You can start your campaign right here. We'll say start this campaign. You need to try to start knocking all of this out because this is a pretty long campaign to go through. But if you keep trying to do it and then when it's double currency, this just flies. on those double currency days. So I would definitely utilize that because you have to get through the main campaign right here, and then you have to use your currency again to get all of the monster hunts. If you are trying to do it by yourself, if you have teammates that have it, you can still collect the pieces. It's just that you can't make the actual hunts themselves. So it's just kind of like Avernus, where you have the different tiers of hunts, and they just keep giving you pieces to make the next tier. So that's where they got the idea from. But I just wanted to give that out because, again, for heals, like the shield that you give when you cast your Hand of Divinity, my shield was still very good to the tank and myself right there. I tested it on where it pretty much went like right here with me having 600k health, and then with my Lionheart, it goes about right here. So there's a big difference between the two. I am definitely not trying to say that it's better, but again, when you're trying to find a stepping stone weapon set, every little bit helps right there. So that would be a great way to make sure that at current state you could be trying to give the best heals that you can give. And then until you get the Lionheart set from TOMM, and that's a little bit challenging right now. So I do hope that this benefits a lot of players that are right now leveling up. And so if you have any questions, just like this one person that commented on my videos, I definitely start looking into potentially other weapon sets, and will definitely look it into for you. If you can't get a hold of me, again, another person that's in my alliance that's a great resource is Ranger Reek. He can definitely tell you information. He can definitely get a hold of people that you need help, or you just look at, some other videos, try to look elsewhere at that point. But I do hope this helps out a lot of people. And if you have any questions, please just message me here. I'm on Discord in different multiple areas, so it's easy to find me. So just give me a shout out. Thank you guys.